everybody, I'm Anna.
Hi, and I'm little Carla.
And we want to welcome you once again to Pipe Play Remix. I would like to begin by apologizing for my voice. My sons had like 3 non-stop basketball games over this week, so I've been yelling.
She's been doing a lot of yelling,
yeah,
doing a lot of supporting.
That's right. So my voice is barely here, but I'm still here for you guys. We want to let you guys know once again that this show is 18 and over. We ask that no kids view this show.
No kids.
Right. If you do, we are not responsible for the content.
Nope.
Right. It's uncensored. We just basically speak our mind.
Yeah, this is an adult show, so we advise every child that is 18 and under, please go to bed, go to night-night, because this is not for you to listen.
Not for you. Not for you. Okay, we want to go ahead because we got a lot of topics we're going to hit on today. So we're going to go ahead and get our guests out here. We got an all-female panel for you guys today. Right. This show is going to be more informative for the men than anything today.
Okay.
Right. And we're going to hit on some points that I think is going to really help the men out in the bedroom, in the relationships, in love, you know, and then we're also going to help the women as well.
Right.
You know, because we're always women helping women anyway.
That's right. Number one, women helping women.
That's right. So we're going to go ahead and get our first guest out. She's a longtime friend of mine. I love her to death. I've been knowing her since we were kids. I think she'll be able to bring a lot of insight in on our topics that we're discussing today. Gosh, I hate my voice.
I know. I feel like I got to fill in a little bit more.
Well, at least you guys will get to talk tonight.
Oh, no. I'm so used to Anna really doing all the talking, and I kind of.
So it's all on you tonight. Okay, so here we're going to bring out our guest. Her name is Samara. Come on out, Samara. Okay. Samara, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what some things you're doing, if you're working on any projects. Just let the people know what's going on with you right now.
Hello everybody, our viewers. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Samara. I've been in Cincinnati since '83. And actually, I've done a lot of things. You know, I went to Withrow. I went to CBA. That's where me and Anna knows each other from. And I do a lot of promoting here. I've done promoting for years, throughout the years, you know. But now I do I'm actually a part of Erie Queen Entertainment. We do Island Night at Bar XO. We just had
that's off the chain.
Yeah, it'd be real nice. We just had our first night this Friday for Let Loose Fridays, which is once a month, every first Friday of the month. And we just pretty much Island Night is more like Caribbean style. We play salsa.
Wow.
We play.
Now, what did that used to be? Because
it used to be Club Hypnotics.
Right.
That's what it used to be.
Yeah, that's what.
Hypnotics used to be
On Springdale, like it's not off of Corrine.
It was something else too. It was the one bar that Whitney used to always go to all the time.
I don't know what it was before.
It was something else that I know was like really popular.
It used to be Club Hypnotics before, but now it's Bar XO. And it's really nice. It's a nice, chill atmosphere, you know.
Exactly what you're talking about.
And it's a laid-back bar. It's not more like, you know, club, thick, you know. It's just really like, it's almost like a family bar. So everybody know each other.
So it's more like a mingling type.
That's a mingling type. And we
Those
have food,
type
too.
I
We
like.
cook food, too. So
And it's grown folks.
Yes.
That's always
Yes.
good, the grown folks.
And it's mixed too. It's like every race, from Africans to white to black to Hispanic to Asians.
Ooh, that's wonderful.
And that's what I love about it. And
Yeah.
that's what I wanted, you know, that's really what I wanted to promote.
And it's
Everybody
near
can
us,
kinda
so we're going to have to check that out.
I definitely want to check that out. I
That's
just like it when you can mingle with not just your race, you can mingle with all kinds of different
And that's what it
nationalities.
is.
I don't care if it's animals in there, as long as it's grown folks.
I mean, it's
I
nice
just want
to
the
see
grown folks.
an atmosphere where everybody is okay with mingling together
Exactly.
like that.
I mean, you would see one person and think that they're African American, and then you start talking to him, and he has this deep accent. You're like, wait a minute, where you from? You know, he's like, I'm from Africa. I'm like, oh, you know, I love that, and it's so easy to
They
think
do
someone
catch
is
you off
one.
guard.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm going to tell y'all, it was this gorgeous guy
Mm.
at Rhino's one time. He was like tall and just, oh my God, he was gorgeous. And one of my girlfriends that I was with, she was like, oh, he wants you. He told me to give you this card. So I called him, and he has this accent. And he was actually African. But you wouldn't have never known it. if you just saw him, you would. I didn't know it until he actually
Right,
started
until he
talking.
started talking.
Right. He had like own limo company, like he had it going on.
That's nice. Yeah.
His swagger was swagged out.
Man,
Yeah.
and he was nice. He was nice.
Swag.
I lost contact with him, so if you watch, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, she's off limits now.
Yes, definitely
Off
off
limits.
limits. Well, speaking of blending in, we're going to start with our first topic. We just going to ease right on into our first topic. And like I said before, I'm going to let you guys do a lot of the talking because I lost my voice and it's irritating me. But our first topic is step families. That's what we're going to discuss. This step family thing is happening all over the world. You know, statistics say that 1 out of every 3 marriages end in divorce. And nowadays that there are not as many marriages as there is children. So, and there's not enough, not a lot of guys that's actually stepping up to be fathers. So that leaves room for the good men to come in to be a father, which automatically makes them a step parent. It also says, statistics also says, and I couldn't believe this when I read this, but it says 80% of men are raising a child with the belief that it's his own child.
That's
So
harsh.
you're saying like he's taking a stepchild.
No.
No.
I'm saying a woman then told him, this is your child, but it's really not his child.
I
That's
disagree,
It's not biologically his child.
but I disagree on.
Well, what? How?
I mean, I don't disagree on it. Is if he's raising the child, and if he's been there from I guess a certain amount of time, and he feel like okay, I can call daddy.
No.
No,
What
she's
we're saying
saying
is,
yeah.
they're saying 80% of women nowadays
Okay.
blame kids on men that's not their child.
Are saying you're the baby daddy.
Right,
Really,
and
they're
he
not.
is
Well,
really,
that's true.
and it
I'm
says
sorry,
that he is actually raising a child, or they are actually raising kids
that are not their
that
child,
they believe to be their child,
but it's not.
really their child.
That's
Wow.
harsh. 80%.
80%, could you believe that?
Ladies, y'all need to stop that.
80%.
Well, they got the Jerry Springer show, and majority of them be
Yeah.
running off the stage because they lied saying that they are the daddies, but they're not the daddies.
Yeah.
So you're right. You got a lot of women out
I
there.
couldn't believe that. I'm like
That's a
80%. That means it's a lot of men out there that's raising kids.
That's not their.
that are
That's
not
not
their children.
That's
That's why I tell my sons, blood test them.
I guess.
I don't care if it's your wife, if it's been your wife for 90 years, blood test them. Females lie, and I know because I'm a female. Females lie, blood test them. I don't care, blood test them.
That's
So blood test.
Right. Now, what you were hitting on, I totally agree with that. Now, I have to admit, I have a confession. At one point in time, I used to say, I hate when women let their kids call other guys dad. That's not their biological father. I had a big issue with that, but I want to clarify it. I have an issue with it if it's your boyfriend. I have an issue with it if it's your baby daddy. I have an issue with it if it's somebody you're screwing. I don't have an issue with it
If you're married.
if it's your husband.
Right.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
Now, with me personally, I kind of felt uncomfortable when my daughter started calling my husband dad. I felt uncomfortable. But I had to think about it like, this is the one who was there helping when she was a baby. Like, this is the one that she knows as her dad, that she's always known as her dad since the day she was born.
Right.
And I think you need to talk to your partner and make sure that he's comfortable with it. Because I mean, out of the blue, my daughter was like, "Dad," out of the blue,
Right.
and it kind of threw me off. And I had to talk to him, and I said, "Does that bother you?" And he was like, "Hell no, that's my baby."
Oh.
And I mean, he don't treat her no different than as if she wasn't his. He talks to her every day, calls her every day. Because you guys know my husband's incarcerated. So we go see him twice a month. She's daddy when he comes out. She cries when we leave because she don't want to leave him. She's on the phone with him every day. He calls her every day. Well, let me speak to my baby. What you doing, baby? what's going on in school. You know, he's like, I can't wait to get out, go to her ballet recitals. I can't wait to get out and go pick her up, go meet her teachers. You know, he's daddy. You know, he's daddy.
Right.
So what do you guys feel about, you know, like the whole step parents relationship as far as the kids? Like, on the other hand, as far as being like a stepmother, I have my concerns about that. You know, and Carla know we talk about this all the time. I do have my concerns with that because I feel like if you got a mother, then that's her job. That's just how I feel. I'm not going to mistreat anybody's kids, but I'm not going to be like, hey, can I come in? No, I'm not coming to get nobody. If he with me and he want to get his child, then he can get his child. If he got his kids and he got to step out, then they're going with him. Because he coming to get his kids so he can spend time with them. Not coming to get them so I can spend time with them. You know, that's just the way I am. I'm not going to mistreat nobody's kids. I'm going to love his kids just like he loved mine. But I'm not going to try to step in nobody's place. You know, I'll never do that. Because as a mother, I feel that's very disrespectful for you to try to take another mother's place. What do you guys think?
I feel kind of like the same way you feel. Like for me, I never had that experience yet.
Yes.
Because right now I'm to the point where, well, I'm going through a divorce. Like I said before, I don't really like to talk about it or whatever. But I might come to, you know, it might come to a realization that one day I might have to deal with that if I meet someone, you know, there's a potential guy that I might like and might make him my husband. He has kids because I'm not having no more kids. So hopefully he already has a family. And I don't know. All I know is that I'm like you. I don't want to take another mother's place.
Right.
And because I wouldn't want nobody to take my place.
Right.
I would never mistreat nobody else's child. I would still, you know, welcome her. I would still love her because that's my husband, children's. So I would never be that type where I would, you know, be like, no. You know what I mean? But I would never be like you say how some people over motherly themselves trying to be like or either try to make conflict because she's trying to be better than the other mother and all that stuff. No, I'm gonna still welcome the other mother. Like, how you doing? I'm gonna let her know that I'm not stepping in the way.
Right.
I'm here to
Some
be
people
with
come
this
on
man.
too
You know.
They try too hard.
Right. And if you need me to help you with something, I'm here.
Exactly.
Because this is my husband's daughter.
Right.
But as far as anything else, like I agree. If these are your kids, be a father to your kids. Don't expect me and just throw them off on me like that because I don't like that. Because I feel like you're using me. You know what I mean? So I just feel like if you're going to be that father, be there for your kids.
Right. So what do you think, Samantha?
I mean, I pretty much agree with both of you guys are saying. But at the same time, I look at things sometimes depending on the situation.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like years ago, I was in a relationship with someone. He had two girls by two different mothers. He had them all the time. We were together. We finally lived together. We were together for almost 7 years.
Right.
And the girls spent more time with me in our household than they did at home.
So I
So
understand that situation.
So it was different, but I treated them just like my child. You know, but I didn't do too much because I didn't want it to be like I'm trying to be your mother.
Right.
You know,
and a lot of women do
so
that,
much time
especially women who don't have kids.
And
they try to play that mother role, but you can never be a mother to a child because they already got one.
Exactly.
You know?
And at the same time, it's easier when the mother, you have a relationship with them, just a little bit. If they have a relationship with the kids, and then that mother knows that, okay, she's with him, and yes, them kids are going to be over there. It's easier if you have a relationship with this lady.
That's it. That's how it would be.
You know, I would want that.
And that's what people would be like, well, Carla, you crazy. For me, if my ex had him another person that he was with, I'm okay with that. As long as I know she's going to treat my kids right. And if we have a relationship, then that's even better. She can call me and say, well, girl, you know, is it okay if I come get the kids or the kids going to do this? I'd rather
It
for her
depends on how grown that person is.
I'd rather for her to communicate with me and let me know what's going going on, rather than her being sneaky and be like, well, she this and she that.
Right.
Because what if the child does something?
Or him coming
Yeah.
to pick up your kids and sneaking them and leaving them with somebody, and you don't even know who they're with. And there's a lot of conniving, sneaky women out there.
Right.
You know, and I had a situation where my child was picked up and taken to somebody, and I was lied about where my child was at.
See,
And I never knew where she was
I
at.
don't like that.
My thing is, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I need to meet this person. And if you got a problem with me meeting this person, then I got a problem with my child being there. Because I need to know what type of person.
Right.
I don't care who you trust or who you
Right.
feel like is a good person. I'm saying I have to have that same feeling because this is my child.
Exactly.
And if you can't respect me enough to know that, then you can kick the rock,
Right.
kick bricks,
And I
kick rocks,
think-
whatever it is.
Right, and I think women should be respectful enough if
Right.
you're gonna be with that man.
Right.
Sometimes you have to question that man, like, look, I'm with you, but don't put me in the middle of
Exactly.
nothing. You know, and some women don't know how to address their man, or
Exactly.
you know, you can't take up everything a man say, because sometimes a man can lie and be deceiving. So
Right.
the thing of it is, I know me what type of woman I am. So I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable in this situation. I would rather I would have to, let him know.
And it goes both ways, though.
Yeah.
Like the girl or
And I'm gonna
whoever
let
she
her
is.
know I'm not stepping in the way.
Right.
You know?
The girl or the
Exactly.
baby mama or whoever she is, she's gonna have to know, look, that's his wife. You're not gonna stop your child from being around somebody's wife.
Right, exactly.
Because if he lives in that house with his wife, it's going to be a 99.9% chance that your child is getting ready to be in that house with his wife.
Right.
And I figure like this, if you got an issue with that, then I feel you still want him. Because I'm going to be absolutely honest. I was young before, and with my son's father, I was in love with him. We was together 11 years. Of course I was. So when we broke up and he started trying to take my sons around people, I had an issue with that.
Right.
But once I grew up and I was completely over him,
Yeah.
he was bringing his girlfriends to my house to pick them up, and I was like, hey, have fun.
That's 'cause you
Thinking
was
in my head, because I was over
over
it. And I'm thinking in my head, like, ooh, she here for it. They mad as hell. Guys, have fun. But that's only because I was over him, though.
Exactly.
If you over that man, then you're not going to have an issue
Exactly.
with the woman that's in his life.
Exactly.
If you got an issue with that woman that's in his life, then you're not over him.
Exactly.
And I just want to put it out there. If you got an issue with me, that's your own issue, because I ain't going nowhere.
No, that's right.
Just to let you know. But, I mean, step families work out all the time. Some kids are closer to step parents than they
Yes,
ever
they are.
was their own.
Exactly.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that it's really a good thing, especially if a child don't have a father or don't have a mother,
It is.
I really feel like that it's a good thing to actually,
Have a mom and dad or
right,
both.
to have that step parent in place.
Exactly. I agree with that too. Two parents is always better than one.
Right. So, I'm gonna let you guys talk about this. I gotta handle something real quick.
So, what do you think?
I just think that having step kids. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing.
I mean, you would be okay with it. I mean, if you
Yeah,
got
I would
it.
be good. I would
You'll
be
take
good
it.
with that because I just because I gotta accept it, and if I love this man, then that comes with the package.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Right.
And that is true. I mean, I would be okay with it. I mean, I love kids. I mean, I only have one, and she's 15, but I've always thought of myself having more than one kid.
Right.
So being with someone or that has kids already, I'm game for it.
Right,
Because
right.
then it gives my sister.
And
my
I
daughter's
like
sisters,
it.
my
I like it
brothers,
because they don't expect you. Well, sometimes they don't expect you to have them.
Yeah.
Cause my husband's like, I want a baby. I'm like, no.
I know. It's
You
just
don't
hard.
know.
It's hard. I mean, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta go through that. We gotta go through all this different stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, if you was carrying it, it'd be something different. But no,
Yeah.
no,
I'm done with that.
But you know, I mean,
I'm not having no more kids. I'm through.
That's what I keep saying.
I'm all the way through.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing. Sometimes it can be bad because sometimes you can have step parents that are actually jealous of like the kid's relationship with the mother or the kid's relationship with the real parent.
And you know, that's gotta be hard on people's relationships. You know, they're trying to start a new life because the other life that they had with the other person just didn't work out. And all of a sudden, you know, they get with this person and then you have the other, you know, the ex-wife or whatever kind of envy of the relationship and she's always trying to cause conflict so you guys can break. That's gotta be hard for them two people to still stay in love and to keep their relationship
strong.
strong.
You gotta really
you
want
know?
it.
You have to be honest.
Right.
You have
and
to be
that's the
honest.
thing.
You have to be loyal because everything that goes on with my husband, I know.
I know.
You know, like for instance, he got one that's writing, oh, put me back on your visiting list. Like every time anything like that goes on, he calls me like, hey, such and such wrote me. Here's what it said.
Yeah.
You know, and read me the letter.
And that is true trust. I mean, if you have
Yeah.
that trust like that with somebody, there's nothing that he could say that would be like shock you.
And it's nothing that somebody else can tell you about him.
Exactly.
As
I'm
long
just
as you
talking
know
about-
what's going on.
Yeah, and that's true. I'm talking about having to keep going back and forth with that other
With that drama.
female,
Because
that
of that
drama,
drama.
you
Yeah.
know, and it's just like,
It's drama.
That goes back
come
to what
on,
Ann
girl,
said.
I'm
If
not
you still
going
kind of
anywhere.
feeling
Why
me,
do you
My
keep
biggest
on
thing,
crying?
and my biggest thing is if it's a male that starts the drama. Because I was in a situation where the male was keeping up the drama between the baby mamas. Like
Wow.
going back and forth.
He liked that.
Oh, I bet you she did that.
Yeah, he liked
oh,
that
yeah,
shit.
she did
He
that.
liked that.
Yeah,
He liked
she
that. That's
said
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, she said that.
It is true that men like to see drama.
You know,
It's
but
some
then
men like
once,
women
fighting
but
over
once
them.
me and
They
her,
like a man like a woman
Fighting over each other.
yeah,
Fighting
but
over
that's
them.
the thing, we was never fighting over him. We was going through shit because we thought that we was doing stuff to each other.
Right.
It never had nothing to do with him. And then once we actually talked, we had a conversation for about 2 hours. Once we really did talk, and we found out what it was. And then after that, that was it for me. I left it alone, you know, because she told me that he had called 241 kids on me.
Wow.
Yeah, she said he did it like right in front of her. And that was enough for me right
To be
there.
like,
Oh,
it's
yeah, that
over.
had
You
to
know,
be enough.
I was done after that. Like, that was it.
That's childish.
I was done with the whole situation, with him, with her, with all of it. I just brushed it under the rug and moved on.
Man, that's just like, I just don't understand. What is the purpose?
To just mess up your day. I mean, that some people like that. Some people.
Is it because
But
they
you
don't
know
feel
what?
happy?
But what it does to you, it don't mess up your day. It never messed up my day. What it done to me was it made me wake up, and it made me grow up, and it made me a better person. And I thank God for that situation, because if that situation never occurred, I wouldn't have grown up, and I wouldn't have decided that my husband is the one for me.
Right.
I would have still been dealing with a jerk if that never happened. So I'm glad that I talked to her and that I had the conversation with her that I did.
Right.
Because it helped me out in the
Right.
long run. You know, because I was friends with my husband for 10 years, but we never was like, oh, let's get married. You know, but I mean, I'm just glad it happened.
Everything
You know,
happened for a
exactly. I'm happy because now that part of my life is years behind me.
History.
Definitely history.
History.
And me and my daughter is extremely happy. We both are like tremendously loved, you know, so it all worked out in the long run.
And you know what I was thinking too? I said it's also the other way around too. It's a lot of males out there. There are the single parents,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and the mother's not around.
is.
I know a lot of them. The mother's not around.
And
they
they're
have nothing
looking
to do with
for-
them, and
Yeah.
then when that female comes along, that mother has something to say. You're not even around. You're not even taking care of your kids. So
Which
who are
can-
you to say, you know,
And that is true.
when you're not around? You
It
wanna
is a
come
lot of
more
men
around
out
when
there.
he is with someone.
Yeah, and it is a lot of men that's out there.
That's raising their
That's
kids.
raising
Yes,
their
they are.
kids.
And I commend them for
I do
that.
too.
I
I
think
give
that
you
is
guys props for that.
beautiful.
Me too, I
I think
love
that
it.
is wonderful.
I love
Yes.
it.
Pat yourself in the back for that one.
And I mean doing it because that's the right thing to
To
do.
do, exactly.
Not doing it because you're trying to make somebody jealous.
Thank you.
Or doing it because you know, you have to. They doing it because that's what they want to do.
That's what they want to do, yes.
You
'Cause
know.
that's what's in them, you know.
Right.
That's their kids.
Right. So this kind of brings us to our next topic.
Okay.
And it's, do people really get over their ex? You know, I think we should take a break before we get into this topic. And then once we come back, we're going to go into that topic. Do people really get over next? So we're going to take a break. We'll be back, guys.